It's finally happening. We see Buzelis play some extended minutes, and he plays well. We're going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls win against the Brooklyn Nets. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today, the Chicago Bulls take care of the Brooklyn Nets at home, 128-102. And I want to go ahead and jump into the key points to this game. And I want to start with really the MVPs of the game. And so let me go ahead and bring up the box score. And just taking a look at this, I think that the MVP of the game, starting with Buzelis. I think that Buzelis was incredible tonight. I love the way that, he just came out and approached this game. I mean, he shot the basketball very well. He shot it with confidence. Today, when you see his shot total, you see that he was 4 of 5 shooting three-point shots today. And more importantly, he was 7 of 10 from the field, and he did a lot of good things. He didn't just shoot the basketball in the corner tonight. Like, there was several times he was on the transition. He got dunks. Like, he was just active. He was all over the place, and defensively, he did some great things tonight too as well. So 20 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and he was plus 17 tonight. And this is what we wanted to see as Chicago Bulls fans. We wanted to see more Buzelis. And, I don't want to hear this stuff about Buzelis having to earn minutes. I think that he's doing everything that he can to earn the minutes. And this is how you know that Buzelis is locked in. Because one of the things that was talked about with Buzelis coming out of the draft was that, he was really going to have to work on his three-point shot, right? What do the Chicago Bulls do this year? What is it that they are really trying to do? And they're trying to get three-point shots up. They're obviously trying to make those shots. And I think Buzelis really took note of that. He's really been paying attention to how he can be impactful on the floor and really how he can put himself in a position where Billy Donovan's going to have to play him. And what does he do? You can tell he's working on his three-point shot. That's what he's been knocking down in these games. And now you're seeing also, too, defensively, you had to be a better defender to get on the floor. What is he doing? He's getting chased down blocks, and we've seen that really dating back to the Summer League. So this lets you know that Buzelis is locked in, and he needs to be playing as much as possible. So finally, play Buzelis. And this dates back to even this last game, where he played 5 minutes against the Celtics. I don't care if it's the Celtics. I don't care if we're getting blown out. I don't care if we're in the game. Play Buzelis, all right? So he's an MVP for tonight. Next up, I got to give Josh Giddey. Did his thing tonight. Look, he comes in, he gets 20 points, he gets 13 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He is a plus 7 in the box score tonight. Now, didn't shoot the ball great tonight. He was 9 of 17. He also left a couple there at the free throw line, had some tough turnovers too as well. But, defensively, that was probably, I think, the best effort that I've seen from Josh Giddey. I saw that there was one play where Shake Middleton's coming down, and instead of him just getting out of the way, he actually played some good defense there, made some good contests. So defensively, I think that this was his best effort. And I talked about this in the pregame with Josh Giddey. I think that it's going to come down to confidence with him and continuing to do the things that he does well, which is rebound and assist. I think the scoring comes with that as he can continue to do that. And tonight, the one thing about Josh Giddey and the way he scored, well, there were several times where he's getting it off back cuts and things like that. So he's not just standing there at the three-point line, which is what I like tonight with that. And so I think as he continues to be active at rebounding and assisting the basketball, then it's just like the basketball has a way of finding you on the offensive end as long as he's, just confident, making himself available. But I want to give him credit tonight. Like, I think that this was probably one of his best games, if not the best game that he's played for the Chicago Bulls. So congratulations to him getting the triple-double. So next up, just some other players that played well. I think Ayo Dosunmu continues to be a one-man fast break. I loved everything that he did tonight. Look, 16 points. He had 6 assists. He had 1 steal. He had 1 block, 2 rebounds. He was plus 24 tonight. I know he was 1 of 5 shooting the basketball from the three-point line, but that's what I love about Ayo Dosunmu. He's a player that just finds ways to be impactful to the game. If his shot's not falling, I think he's going to figure it out, and you know what you're going to get from him defensively. And I just think that as he continues to get momentum, I think he's going to come back from that slow start. And we're seeing him respond too when he gets put into the starting lineup. So maybe that's something to note for Billy Donovan. So next up, Zach LaVine. So Zach LaVine tonight, look, 18 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 rebound. He was plus 25, but I like the way that Zach LaVine did it because he really started getting it going in the third quarter. And for the most part, I think that Zach LaVine was just, again, playing off of others. He knew who had the hot hand tonight, whether it was Modest, Buzelis, Josh Giddey, and he just gave the team points when it really needed those points. I mean, he had like a tough finish at the basket, and he was knocking down some three-point shots too as well. Look, Zach LaVine is in a flow, and so is Vooch. And so speaking of Vooch, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, plus 29. All he is just a walking double-double out there. And look, Vooch is got a ton of confidence with Zach LaVine. Both of these guys are absolutely locked in. And like I was talking about in the pregame video here, look, if you are looking to get Vooch in a deal, then, I think that the Chicago Bulls could get something more than just these 2 first-round picks, or 2 second-round picks, excuse me. And I think that it could be a protected first round in there. Let's see what happens. But I just think that as Vooch continues to play well like this with a contract, and that is if the Chicago Bulls want to move on from him, but Vooch played well tonight along with Zach LaVine. And so next up, on the bench, look, I thought that we had some good showings tonight. Like, I'd like Jalen Smith. I liked his activity. 8 points. He had the 5 rebounds. He had 1 steal. He was -5 on the plus-minus box score. But still, 15 minutes, excuse me. So he played pretty well. Next up, we had Dalen Terry, who came in. He didn't start off the game. Like, I thought he was going to get some more minutes in the first half, but he didn't get in, I think, until about the second half. But still, he brought a lot of energy. He finished with a +5 in the box score, so that was good. Julian Phillips started tonight because Kobe White was out with an ankle. And Julian Phillips, he gave us 5 points. He gave us 5 rebounds. He was a +9 in the plus-minus box score. He did give us 2 assists and 1 steal. I was wanting to see if I would get or see a little bit more of a scoring punch from Julian Phillips being in the starting lineup. It didn't happen tonight. He still was a plus in the plus-minus box score. But I just wanted to see maybe a little bit more from him offensively. And, next up with Lonzo. Lonzo has 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He also was +8. And one thing that was talked about throughout the broadcast was just defense. And so his defensive ability, man, it's impressive because he had talked about this maybe being one of the challenging points of coming back, but that seems like that is like the plus for Lonzo. Just defensively, he's all over the place. He had a block shot that didn't count, and it turned out that it was a foul. It wasn't on him, but he still came down and he helped and got a block shot there. Just the activity was great with Lonzo, making sure that the ball was moving and knocking down some shots. And so, look, I think that Lonzo is just showing every game out there that he's going to be impactful wherever he's at. So whether that's with Chicago or whether they move on from him, I think he's going to be an impact, anywhere he goes. And lastly, THT. And so THT goes out there, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He had 1 steal, and he had +7 in the plus-minus box score. And the one thing that I love about THT is the physicality that you get from him just offensively. And you have got to love that with THT. He's an absolute bucket getter. And so, I don't know how they're going to work that out with the rotations moving forward. But if you need to go out there and get a bucket, you can go to THT. And what I do like about THT in his time playing here with us is he is very confident in knocking down the three-point shot too. But he is he's instant offense for us off the bench. So THT plays well tonight. So as we shift focus and go into the box score and look at some of the key takeaways tonight, look, the Chicago Bulls really won across the board in just about all the major, categories. So starting with the rebounds, 54-41 as far as rebounding totals tonight. The Bulls take care of business there. As far as turnovers, this is something that we have got to fix, especially against a depleted Brooklyn Nets team that had a lot of injuries. Look, we really hurt ourselves there because I think that there was one point in the second quarter where we just had like 4 straight turnovers or something like that. And so, look, we got to get better there, 17-13. So we have 17 turnovers there. And as far as points in the paint, look, look, the Bulls did a terrific job as far as scoring with points in the paint tonight. I talked about Giddey and being able to, get baskets off of cuts, and he was finishing at the basket. I think that you saw that Modest Buzelis was attacking downhill. He was in the paint tonight, and even if he wasn't scoring in the paint, he was distributing the basketball. Zach LaVine had a tough finish in the paint. Vooch, he had mismatches down there. He was working in the paint. So this was terrific for the Chicago Bulls to go out there and get this win like they should have tonight. And definitely that's a great sign when you see this team dominating in the paint. Hopefully they can continue that effort. And then the assist totals, right? 33 assists. That is phenomenal for the Chicago Bulls. And to be honest with you, this is something that we're not really talking about, is that this team has done a great job as far as assisting the basketball. Even in losses, they are doing a great job there, which lets you know offensively this team is getting more comfortable with one another. And so that is something that you like to see, especially when you're trying to build out your team, you're trying to get it to where you want to. It looks like that the foundation for how you want to play is starting to really get through to the players, and they're executing. So that's great. It was 5-5 as far as tied blocks were concerned. So that was the activity on the defensive end for both clubs. And then as far as the field goal percentage is concerned, 52.2% for the Bulls. They shot 34% from three. With the Nets, they were 40% and 33.3% from three tonight. So again, my key takeaway here is play Modest Buzelis more. So that was great to see. And congrats to Josh Giddey for getting a triple-double tonight. So that's always good. But I think that this was a great team win for the Chicago Bulls. Hopefully they can continue to build off of some of these habits that they had tonight, because some of this stuff I think translates, whether it's assist. That's something that's definitely that you can translate on. And hopefully the points in the paint. I think that as much as this team likes to shoot three-point shots, they can be a little bit better as far as scoring in the paint, because we didn't see those wild type of turnovers that have been talked about in a couple of games here, where we're going in and then instead of taking the layup, we're trying to go for the home run three-point shot. So we have to do more of that. So anyway, let me know what the key takeaways are from tonight's game. Love to hear the thoughts. I just want to thank everybody out there for liking, sharing, and subscribing to Bulls Digest. It means a lot as we try to reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the season out there. Just want to let you know about 69.5% of you that watch are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure that you go ahead and slam dunk on that subscribe button like Modest Buzelis here. It means a lot as we try to reach that goal. And look, even though the Chicago Bulls got a win tonight against a team that, quite frankly, they should win against with the Brooklyn Nets, I'm still saying, look, go Bulls, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.